This is Juhu, and this is Mumbai International. So we will take off on runway 26 at Juhu. So it will be something like this. This is 360, this is 90, 180, 270. So 26 is runway 26 is something like this. You come into the Arabian Sea, take a turn, come parallel to the Bombay runway, and this is a little hill, so we will fly around about 3,000 feet to be clear of the hill. We will be landing on runway 27, that is westwards. We will come somewhere 10-12 nautical miles, take a turn, and at around 10 nautical miles, we'll stabilize the plane, capture the center line of the runway, that is ILS localizer, and then come and land here. This is our basic plan. This is South Bombay. This is New Bombay. This is our bridge, new bridge. And you are familiar, everyone is familiar with this map. We will be taking off on runway 26 this way. This is runway 0826, that is 260, 80. This way it is 80 magnetic heading, this way 260 magnetic heading, not geographic heading, not geographic north, in relation to the magnetic north. And we won't be landing on 1432. There are two runways in Mumbai, the cross runways. This is 1432, this is 140 magnetic, this is 320 magnetic. You can see this is 360, so this is 320. We won't be landing on this runway, we'll be landing on the main runway, runway 2709. This is 270, this is 090, the reciprocal of that. So we will be coming via New Bombay and then landing on this runway 27. After we take off, maybe 5 nautical miles, 3-5, we'll travel this way. Then we will take a heading of 165, approximately 160 approximately. Then we'll take a heading of 090 and come out here parallel to the runway. Then we'll take a turn and intercept the ILS center line of the runway and come and land on the runway. Okay, this is Mumbai International. This is runway 27, on which we will be coming and landing. This is reciprocal of that is runway 09. This is the other runway 14 and 32. This way 32, 320. This is 320 magnetic heading, 140 magnetic heading. Now from Juhu, we will be taking off on runway 26, something like this. This is not to scale, and we will come over the sea, Arabian Sea, take a turn and come here, again not to scale, at around 10 nautical miles from the touchdown, this is the touchdown zone, we will 10 to 12 miles, we'll take a turn, then we will intercept this ILS. This is the ILS beam. We will look at that chart. So there is a radio beam giving the center line of the runway, that's called localizer. So we will be intercepting that localizer at around 30 to 40 degree angle. And once we capture the localizer, we are on the runway center line, and we will come and touch down here. At this point, we'll also capture what is called the glide slope, that is the vertical, if this is the runway, this is the vertical descent. So from this point, we will be descending at around, in Mumbai it is 3 degree. So that's called the glide slope, which will glide you on this slope. We will look at that chart just now. This is international terminal. This is the domestic terminal. Okay, now let us look at this chart. This is the most important part of the flight, that is planning the approach and landing. Now, this is the runway 27, and this is the ILS for runway 27, Mumbai, India. VABB is the ICAO designation. Now, there are ever so many things in this chart which will take considerable time, but we will look at what is essential for this flight from Juhu to Mumbai. Okay. Now, this is the plan view of the ILS, and what it depicts here is the extended center line of the runway. See, what you see as a feather here are two radio frequencies, and this is the median, or where they intercept, and that is how you capture this center line. Right path is trigonometrically, you can see, you lock the plane here at this Maltese course, which is the final approach speeds, at 2,900 feet altitude. Now, the distance from the runway touchdown is D 9.1, that is DME 9.1 nautical miles. So the distance is, this is 9.1, all this will add up to 9.1, and you are at a height of 2,900 feet, and trigonometry with a 3-degree angle, you will be at a particular speed, you will be touching down at this point. Okay, now this is Juhu runway 26. You come out into the Arabian Sea, take a turn, and go parallel to the runway, and turn, and here intercept this center line at around 30 degrees, 30 to 40 degrees, and then the plane automatically turns and captures this center line. This will be approximately 10 nautical miles. This is 9.1, so this is about 10 nautical miles. And at this point, you will be at an altitude of 2,900. This is called a VOR, very high frequency omni range, another radio instrument. It has a frequency of 116.60 and designated BBB. ILS is designated ISC set. Okay. If for some reasons you are not able to land and you need to abort the landing, this is the procedure. Now you need to keep the 270 heading and then turn 230 and come over the VOR, then go into a holding pattern like this. Keep holding here till you are instructed by ATC where to go. And what are the other things here? Okay. Now these are communication frequencies. This is the weather, and these are the approach. This is the approach. This is tower. This is ground. Now this is one navigation details. 1110.3 is the ILS. This one. And 271 is the course, and decision altitude is 230 feet, Okay, now for those who are very keenly interested, this is the real life situation. Now, if you, this is the runway and this is the ILS which you have seen. This is the runway 27. Now, if you're coming from Delhi, you may be coming on a route something like this. If you're coming from Chennai, you may be coming like this. If you're coming from Dubai, you may be coming in something like this. So all these planes have to be regulated such a way that you allow one after the other to come and land. Now there are two ways to do that. What we see here is called a DME arc. Now the plane coming from Delhi, this let us say on 045 radian will be at this point, it's called initial approach fix. It will be taking this arc, it's called a DME arc. It is a 15 DME arc. That is, this is from this VOR, if you draw a circle, this is 15 nautical miles. So the plane comes on this and then intercept is ILS. Now again, if you are coming from here, this is the initial approach fix. It is, so you enter here and come and land here. Because runway is the same. So wherever you are coming from, this is, you are routed through this arc and then you land. There are other things to discuss, but then some other time. Another way, and in a more realistic way, air traffic control controls the plane approach and landing. They sequence them. So if a plane is coming from here, they will give a vector. It's called a vectoring. So they give a vector that is a direction. So they will tell you take heading like this and come and land. Just like what we are going to do in our flight today. Now, and for a flight from Delhi, from the airway, they will ask, give you a heading, come and in a crowded airport like Mumbai, that is a normal procedure. Now, before closing today's discussions, let us also look at the airways. This is Mumbai. This is Mumbai VOR. It has got 360-degree radials. These are the various routes. Now you can see the route here goes to Aurangabad. Now this is Aurangabad VOR. So if you are flying to Calcutta, possibly you will go over the VOR, then from there to another VOR, and eventually to Calcutta. Now this is Pune VOR. Now if you take off from runway 27 like this, there is something called SID, that is Standard Instrument Departure Procedure. So that will take you to this airway and all the way to Pune. So this could be planned or programmed into the flight management system. Similarly, for arriving, if you are coming from Cochin on this airway, there is something called STAR, Standard Terminal Arrival Route. So it will take you to some point here. That is, again, it can be entered into the flight management system of the computer. And from this point, you will be vectored to the runway. Then you capture your ILS and come and land.